Okay, I am back again, and this time I have two new figures in front of me. I wanted to go for a Voyager class this time because I've mostly been looking at Deluxes up until this point. I've been pretty impressed with them, so I decided to go for something just a little bit more expensive, just to see if it's any good. So, I decided to go for Blackout here, and as you can see, I also got his little companion, Scorponok. You might be able to see that I have the packaging for Blackout over here, but I do not have the packaging for Scorponok. I mean, I do, but I choose not to really put it on camera because it's just the same card that you saw with the original Deluxe Bumblebee that I showed in my first video. So, yeah, I decided to go with Blackout here. If I recall, he is the first robot character we see in the movie, and I was kind of blown away when I was watching that transformation sequence from his helicopter mode to robot mode in the theater, and people were like equally as excited and stuff, so that was really cool. So I figured Blackout would be a relatively safe choice for my first Voyager here. So before I give you a closer look at the figure, I'm going to show the packaging. This is the packaging right here. Let me move my camera back so you can see a bit better. Yeah, this packaging looks quite a bit different from what you see with the Deluxes. This one's significantly bigger, and it's got this nice kind of like thing here on the, like it gets kind of round on the side. It's kind of cool. And here's the side of it, so you can see how that looks. And then here is the back of it. So I'm going to put my camera back down so you can see the card. I'll move it more over here. That's decent. So you can see the card there. And yeah, it looks kind of promising, not gonna lie. So I'm looking forward to messing with this guy more. I just got him here recently, only transformed him maybe once or twice, just so I know what to do for the video. So there you have Blackout's packaging. So I think I'm going to go ahead and actually cover Scorponok first, actually, because he is, you do have to get him separately, but I have actually seen a 2-pack at Target that actually includes both of these characters, so that's kind of why I'm including both in this video, and also because they're kind of supposed to be a pair. So this is Deluxe Scorponok, and yeah, he's got some really cool details and paint on him, and yeah, so supposedly he can transform. He does have a quote-unquote robot mode, but I'm going to be entirely honest, it looks so stupid that I am not even going to bother showing it in this video. If you really want to see what that looks like, then I highly recommend you check out someone else's channel for that. So, so Scorponok's movement's really cool. He can move his hands and claws around quite a bit, in and out, get some cool poses there. Each one of his legs can move around. They're on like little, what do you call them, like ball joints, I think. So that's really cool. And his tail can also move quite a bit too. And there's this little lever on the top of his tail, and if you push that, it sends his little stinger thing flying forward. And I believe he does something like that in the movie, so that's really cool that they actually thought to include that. So, yeah, very nice. Oh yeah, his head can also move a little bit too, move up and down, stuff like that. So, so yeah, that's the gist of Scorponok there. So pretty cool having him alongside Blackout. But obviously, the main focus of this video is going to be on Blackout himself. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and actually get Blackout over here. So I decided to put him in robot mode first, mostly because I wanted to show you how he looked with Scorponok right out the box. And yeah, he looks kind of cool. Um, there's some things about it that I'm not really a huge fan of. Like for instance, that's like literally like about half the whole helicopter just on his back there. But I mean, I guess in all fairness, even these guys gotta transform, and I get pieces have to go somewhere. So I'm not gonna like fuss over that very much. So Blackout's movements, articulation is it's okay. You can move his arms out this far. You can go back about that far. They can go further, but it's mostly for transformation. Let's see. He has waist movement, which I actually kind of wasn't expecting for something like this, so that's cool. His hands, they can only move like this, so you're a little bit limited with the hands, sadly. His legs move out pretty far, pretty back. I guess you can say he's got a chest crunch, I guess, but that's mostly because of transformation. And his feet doesn't really move at all. They only move like upward for transformation. So, yeah. That's about it for movement there. This is going to be a little tricky to shoot. This is my first Voyager, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera further back from that. There we go. So, before I get into transformation, I want to bring out a couple of quick size comparisons. So, for starters, actually, I wonder if I can put this on the box here without it falling over. Let's see. For starters, I got the iPod Touch here again. You remember this from the first video. So I'm just gonna set that about here, so you can see what it looks like next to an iPod Touch, like that. And let's see. Let me move this here. And I still have this, courtesy of my friend Draken. Got the drinking bird here, so you can see how these two look side by side. Draken, if you're watching this, I still have this. It's very cute. Anyway, so those are the size comparisons, and now I think it's time to transform him. So you might be thinking, oh, well, he's going to be kind of complex because he, costs more money than a Deluxe, and, it seems to have more going on. And, well, yes and no. He is a little bit more complex in some ways, but not really as much as you might expect. And so that may or may not be a good thing, depending on who's watching this. So, transformation. Let's see. You have to take these. These will untab from these hooks on the side, and you have to move those up like so. And it's a little bit difficult to do. Oh, that's already coming apart. So if that happens, that's kind of a good thing. You kind of want that to happen, because that's going to do some stuff. So from here, what I'll do, I'll take his arms, and this little piece on the back, well, actually first, you can move his hand in like that. That's a thing you want to do. You can take this little piece here, and just move that, cover his hand, and then flatten his arm, and then you can move it up and in, like, oh geez, almost dropped them. You can move it up and in like that, kind of complete that kind of assembly there. Do the same thing on the other side. Move his hand in, move the little piece down, flatten his arm, and move it up like that. Also, these little missile things, these will rotate around like so. So you can have them like this for now until a later step. Oh, okay. So from here, that's going to kind of flop around quite a bit. You're just going to kind of have to deal with that. You're going to take his legs, flatten his legs like so, and his feet are going to move up, collapse in like that, Also get these little light bits tug because they can actually come out a little bit in robot mode. So once you do that, just get straightened out. And then you're going to want to rotate them. Let's see. You're going to want to rotate them in so they're facing each other like that. Once you do that, there's this little panel here. Move that up. Flip his heel in. Close it up. Do the same thing on the other side, like so. And now you're going to undo this, and his whole waist is going to rotate around like so. So once you have that, you could also do this right now if you want. This assembly here is going to rotate in itself like that to complete the front of the helicopter, and that's actually kind of cool. I like that quite a bit. So once you have that, you're just basically just gonna position everything how how you'd think it would be, and it'll look pretty good once you start putting stuff together there. So once you do that, you'll have something that kind of looks like this. Still a little bit messy, but we're getting there. So you take these little bits, swing these around like so, and these are going to tab in on itself here. And another thing on the sides, you're going to want to push these in as much as you can, and unfortunately I can't seem to do that with this one, but you might get luckier than me. So if you can, go ahead and do it. So we're almost done, it seems. So I can actually take his rotor blades, move them out if you need some more clearance here. And then this section is going to untab from right here. And then you can just swing it around and tab it back in on the bottom to complete the shape of the helicopter there. And from here, all you really do, you just position the rotor blades how you want them. And you do want to also kind of push the top two rotors in. There is a little symbol that indicates, if I recall, there's like a little itty bitty arrow. I don't know if my camera's going to capture that. I'm sorry if it doesn't, but if you get this guy, you'll see what I mean. That's the kind of indicator that will show you which rotors you want to push or pull depending on what mode you're going in. So once you got that, he's done. He got a pretty nice looking helicopter mode. I do like his robot mode, but I like his helicopter mode a lot more. So as far as things it can do, for starters, the big thing, there's this little thing back here, and if you actually press this in, it makes his rotor spin, and you can keep doing it if you want his rotors to keep spinning. It's really cool, although sometimes the rotors might kind of undo their position a bit. So that's a nice feature that they included. They didn't really have to, but again, kind of cool that they did. Let's see, there is another little thing right here where if you press this in, that will come undone, and he does actually come with a mini Scorponok. Yeah, I'm going to try to get it out here. There we go. Gotta tab that in, and tab back up. Oh, it even wants to stay in. Oh. There we go. Okay, so here's the little Scorponok that he comes with. So, I mean, hey, even if you don't get the Deluxe, you do still at least get this just by getting him. So this Scorponok, yeah, it looks a lot worse than the one I showed a little while ago. But you know, I guess it's kind of nice that he even included that. So it's kind of nice that he includes the Scorponok to go with them. So it's just a thing. Helicopter mode looks really nice. I'm definitely going to keep him in helicopter mode probably for however long until I decide to get some photos of him in robot mode. So, one more thing he can do, if you actually get the Deluxe Scorponok, either separately or with the 2-pack, you could actually connect Scorponok here to Blackout's helicopter mode. So the way that I like to do it is I like to rotate his tail around like so. I like to move this up like so, and also go ahead and launch that as well. Um, for his legs, I like to position his legs like something like this. You'll kind of see why I'm doing this when I actually connect them. So it might not make much sense right now, but it will soon. And then lastly, I like to take his head and actually move it all the way down like that. So once you got him, me personally, again, I like to have him like this. You don't have to do it this way. You can take Blackout, and he has these connectors right here and right here that are going to go into holes right here and right here. So just kind of sandwich them together basically. Just do the best you can until they connect like so. There we go. I think I got them in there. And so yeah, you can have Scorponok riding the bottom of Blackout, and then I like to move his tail in, and so yeah, obviously this isn't really the most practical thing ever, but it's still kind of cool that you even can do this at all. So that's just a thing you can do if you want. I believe there's another little thing you can do. I haven't. I don't know. I don't really want to like potentially damage anything, so I don't really want to mess with things too much. But yeah, you can see how he looks on the bottom here. Looks a little ridiculous, I know. And one thing, you can take Scorponok's head, move it back up a bit, and because of how I have everything positioned, if I set Blackout down, he'll actually stay upright pretty decently well, and he won't be like tilting in one direction too much or wobbling around. So that's how I like to do that there. And so, yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything with Blackout now. He's kind of cool. If you get him, I kind of recommend you just keep him in helicopter mode because it looks a lot better than robot mode, to be honest. And for Scorponok, I do recommend you pick up the Deluxe Scorponok. He looks really cool by himself. Just please don't try to go into his robot mode because it's not going to look good at all. So there you have it. There he is. And yeah, I hope this was informative.